So because limitation of time. This is become a patched. Okay. The record is started. I'll give you a small server virtualization an idea. Okay, already I explained what is the server virtualization. It is a server, guys. You must know what is the physical server means. Okay. So what is this physical server kind of stuff? Of course, any machine is a laptop or a desktop or a server. It's a blade server, tower server, rack server, whatever the server it is. It contains basic hardware components, right? Basic everything having a hardware components compulsory. Without a CPU, it is not even a computer system, right? It contains a RAM, hard disk. Okay, hard disk means storage. An IC like this. Okay, so these are the different hardware components. Totally, your computer hardware. Like this. Okay, so your hypervisor. What are the hypervisor you are using? Any kind of hypervisor. The hypervisor can be hypervisor can be anything. Any type of hypervisor you are using. Already I told Microsoft. Microsoft Hyper-V server, or you may use VMware, Spare. What happened? Okay. Or maybe you are using a Citrix Xen server and Linux based means in a Linux environment. Most of the enterprise Linux. Okay, so in an enterprise Linux 6 or 7, 8 or any latest, you will get a KVM. So I will give you direct Red Hat Enterprise Virtualization. Environment is KVM or a QEMU. That is the correct word. Okay, so okay. Next, I told Proxmox VE. These are the different hypervisors. These are the different hypervisors. Directly we can install in your PC. Now, using your remote desktop means using a regular system which is connected to your PC. Of course, now everything is working based on a web interface only. It is a web interface connected to this server. Okay, we can manage this server. We can create a virtual machines. We can manage storages, networking through this web interface only. So we can create a virtual machines here. We can connect these virtual machines to local connection or a physical connectivity. Also, we can able to do it. We can store the data into the different SAN storages also. Just actually they use SAN storages, but I'm telling NAS and SAN both. I'm giving names. Why? Because it is a centralized storages. Okay, so these are all centralized storages. This is a admin system who log into this machine. The point is, guys, is this a server virtualization concept? The concept is server virtualization concept. In the virtual machine, it is your wish to install any operating system. Okay, you create a virtual machines. It is your wish to create any operating system, depends upon the client or a user requirement. Okay, it's a client, customer, user words. You required, you will create and give it. Access is depends upon what operating system in the virtual machine. Different ways of accessing, you can use it. Anything you can use, like you create a virtual machine, you install operating system, you install applications or the services. For example, it is a Windows server and you want to install DNS, or maybe you want to make it as a DHCP server, or maybe you want to make it as a WDS server or a file server. Okay, so like a virtual machine become a server now. Okay, so or a virtual machine is like a Linux server or Windows server or Windows desktop. Right? Windows desktop means in one single machine we can able to run a different operating systems, multiple operating systems, and we can make it as we can run different type of applications inside, and we can able to access. Okay, we can make it as a server. The point is, we don't use any applications here. These virtual machines directly running on the this hypervisor. This hypervisor directly working on this hardware. Okay, these machines running directly on the hypervisor. Okay, through hypervisor it is running on the hardware. So this type of virtualization we call it as a type 1 virtualization. Type 1 virtualization. What is type 1 virtualization? Also called as a bare metal virtualization. Okay. Bare metal virtualization. Bare metal virtualization means virtual machines are a utilization of infrastructure, your physical infrastructure utilized by your virtual machines. The interface, the middleware interface is directly connected. Okay, so no operating system, we don't use any operating system here, no applications. Okay, it is not a application or operating system, not an application or not an operating system, it is a platform. It's a platform, virtualization platform. Okay. Hypervisor is not a application or not a operating system. Yeah, okay. It is a virtualization platform. Okay, this is type 1 virtualization. Just I want to draw a one border here. Guys, understand this part?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
I'm telling, if type 1 is there means there's a type 2 virtualization is also there, right? Okay, look at here. I have a machine again, okay, and of course a machine means a hardware, CPU, RAM, hard disk. I see like that. Hardware component, just for an example. Enter your motherboard components, hardware components. Okay. On top of this, and you may have an operating system. Operating system. It can be a Windows operating system or Linux operating system. Okay, or any other type of operating system, like maybe if you have a Mac OS kind of operating system. Okay, I don't talk about Mac. Okay, whether it is a Linux or Windows operating system. Recent operating systems only I'm talking. Unix operating system. It can be a any operating system. What operating system layer will do? What is the use of operating system? Interact with the hardware and provide user interface, right? Operating system provide user interface, runs user applications. I have a application, not simple application, it is hypervisor application. It is a hypervisor application, not a application virtualization. It's a simple application. I will give you the details of that application. So look at here. Again, VMware workstation. You know that one? VMware workstation, that is 16 Pro we are using, right? So VMware workstation, of course, it is a paid version. Next one is VMware player. It is a free version. You're getting. Oracle, from Oracle organization, VM VirtualBox. It is a free edition. Any person can able to use it. Okay. For example, last time we installed VMware workstation in the PC. So I got little balance. It will take almost 1 week to troubleshoot. So to uninstall completely is really completely and install again. Okay. So then see, this is Oracle VM VirtualBox. This is also virtualization platform. Currently, only two applications are available. One is VMware Workstation and VMware Player. Of course, next is Oracle VM VirtualBox. It is also very lightweight, guys. If you are using, like I'm trying to say this, VMware Workstation Pro, you do not have a license key. You do not have a license key, right? So what we will do, we'll search in a Google and we'll find a license key. We inserted it. It is only for our self purposes. Nearly, we are not using any production or anything in a professional way. Also, just we are using for our experiments only. So we don't want any unlicensed like that. We are using. Okay, so that is VMware Workstation Pro we are used, or you can use VMware Player freely, no problem. In case you got a laptop from your company, okay, you got a laptop or a desktop from your company. So that time you have to use genuine products, means compulsory you have to purchase VMware Workstation, then only you can use it. Player you can use it, no problem. Okay, so you cannot use cracked softwares, unlicensed means stolen license key kind of stuff. You should not use it. It's not open source anymore. But VMware, Oracle VM VirtualBox is more like a open source, Of course, Oracle VM VirtualBox is of open source. Any person can use it. No license, no registration. Simply go to Google, type Oracle VirtualBox or a VirtualBox in Google, and you can directly download it and install it. It is also a virtual box. Directly a website is open. Okay, so I'm not opening website. It is Oracle VirtualBox. Virtualbox.org. Now new version is available 7.0. You want to download, click here. For Windows host, you are using Windows machine, for Windows host. If you are using Mac OS in Intel host, then you can do download that one. You are using a M1 M2 something, it is showing for this one. Linux distributions, Solaris 11 IPS. Okay, so there is one more will be there, so that is some extension pack like this. It is also better to install it, otherwise it will ask you, then it is installed. No need to pay anything. It is a general public license version 3. Okay, and there's few facilities also available, just you can use it. If you are keep using, guys, Oracle VirtualBox also very easy to use. And I used it for my Linux, earlier for Windows, so many other purposes also I used it, Oracle VirtualBox. Okay, so these are the thing not completed. One more is there that is not available now. It is Microsoft Virtual PC is not available. Okay, it is not available. It's not. This is available because this size is bigger than. So we can do 14. Okay, so I install this application, either VMware Workstation or a VirtualBox. Of course, this virtual PC is not available now. It is up to Windows 7 only. It is working. Hence, it is working in a Windows XP, Vista, and 7 only. Not in a 8 and 10. Okay, only 2 are available. On this application, so on this one, in this application, so in this application specifically, in this applications, see, this is my paintbrush is not working properly today. You can create a number of virtual machines and you can access these virtual machines directly. Here, admin is log into the server and create a virtual machines. Okay, store the virtual machine data into NAS or SAN. Okay, and user accessing these virtual machines through different protocols like a SSH, telnet, like that. So different protocols user is accessing this one. But here you can directly access, right? You can directly access the machine directly. So no need to access from here. It is a purely personal virtualization kind of stuff. Okay, no need of remote login, remote access, that kind of stuff. Not required. Directly you can access the machine. But point is, this is the virtualization platform and virtualization related application, which it will work on your operating system. Of course, virtual machines utilizing your physical hardware, but through this application and application to operating system to your hardware. That is a layer difference is there. So this virtualization not directly on your hardware. This virtualization platform not directly on the hardware. It runs on the operating system with operating system support. We are running this hypervisor. Inside a hypervisor application, we are creating a virtual machines and we are running it. Without this application, we cannot open these virtual machines also. Okay, last time my VMware workstation, when I'm trying to uninstall and install newly, but problem is occur, right? So I am not able to create any virtual machines. I cannot able to run any virtual machines with it. So this is your type 2 virtualization. This is your type 2 virtualization. Guys, understand what is type 2 virtualization?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Very good. It's also part of your desktop virtualization, but not completely. We cannot say this is our desktop virtualization also, but it is fulfill some kind of definition kind of stuff. Okay. So why I'm giving some more space? If I adjust the space here, there is a, we cannot decide it is a type 2 virtualization or type 1 virtualization. When you comes to type 2 virtualization means it is a application. You download an application, install an application in your PC, and we will get a virtualization, virtual machines, we can do it. In this one, in server virtualization, we don't download any application directly. What hypervisor it is, we'll take that hypervisor, install like a operating system. Okay, we are install like a operating system only. Okay, we are install a like an operating system, but it is not like a operating system. Operating system means it runs certain applications, right? Different commands, different applications it will run, but it won't do anything. It is provide a interface for a user to create a virtual machines only, and it is provide an interface like sorry, it is provide a platform to create a virtual machines only. That is type 1 virtualization, bare metal virtualization. But recently, sorry, there is a certain operating systems, Windows 8, 8.1, Windows 10, of course 11 is also there, so that's why I put this comma. Next, Windows servers 2008. It is a big list. 2008 64-bit. R2, 2016, 2019, 2022 is also there. So we didn't see, that's why I put a comma. So next also there. So okay. So as a feature or a role, we are getting Hyper-V along with OS. Means you have a Windows 10, I have a Windows 10. Okay, yeah, this is a point is important. In this one, Pro or a enterprise, not home edition. I have home edition. Okay, you have a Windows 10 Pro edition, Windows 10 Enterprise edition. You are already installed a Windows 10 Enterprise edition, right? In that one, as a feature or in Windows servers 2016 or 2019, 2012, okay, as a role, you will get a Hyper-V. Okay, you will get a Hyper-V along with the operating system features. So you run applications, different type of applications, you play games, you install some different type of services in your PCs as your basic operating system. Plus you'll get this role or a feature in your PC. Remember point guys, Hyper-V server is there, Hyper-V as a feature or a role is there. But Hyper-V is not an application. Remember, someone will tell you suddenly like install Hyper-V application. Why can't you install? I told you no. Okay, I tried so many times this kind of stuff, but it's not an application. You are a Windows 10 or Windows 8 or Windows 8.1. If you have a Pro or Enterprise edition, not Home edition, you will get a Hyper-V, built-in Hyper-V. Of course, compulsory 64-bit for full Hyper-V platform. It is 64-bit system OS, 64-bit only. Okay, yeah, I will remove that one. So because it will confuse that statement. Next statement, guys. So you are getting operating system plus hypervisor platform. If you have any enterprise Linuxes, like a Red Hat Enterprise Linux 6 or 7, okay, CentOS, which we are installed, right? 6 or 7, 8 I don't know, so that's why I'm not talking. So basically Linux operating systems. Okay, so any different operating system, by default you are getting a KVM QEMU built-in. Means, when, if you remember, when we are installing CentOS, I said that there is a client, a virtualization client, virtualization platform, virtualization manager. Okay, so that is this platform only. If you check it and install it, then you can able to create a virtual machines in the Linux operating system also. But certain Linux versions will support, like a 6 support, 6 contains that in kind of stuff, 7 contains that, 7 is guarantees there, 6 even it is a old one anyway, 7 it is guarantee. Virtualization concept is there. 8 we didn't see much in a 8, so we have to practice 8 also, because 8 9 is also out, but it is not popular one. 7 is more popular. Longer period of time, 7 is there, 6 is there, 5 is there, 4 is there, longer period. 8 release and then 9 is released immediately after 1 or 2 to 3 years directly. But 7 is done for almost more than 7 years, 6 years, 7 years. Still 7 is problem. Okay, guys, these are the things. Along with the operating system, you can do whatever you are do with your operating system. That facility is there. Plus, there is a virtualization platform, not as an application, as a built-in, as a built-in feature or a role. Okay. Guys, understand this total picture? Understand this part? No one speaking? I'm muted or what? You know, that is another problem with my Microsoft Teams. Self meeting. Hmm? Okay. So I will give you a small information about a desktop virtualization, but it is not completely a full desktop virtualization. Deploy a desktop as a managed service enable IT organization to respond faster to changing workspace. Need to be emerge opportunities, virtual desktops and application can also quickly and easily deliver to branch offices, outsources, offshore employees, mobile working using a iPad and mobile tablets. What is that meaning? No one knows. But I will tell two, three steps are there, guys, in desktop virtualization. Type 2 virtualization means you are having a physical machine and you are able to run multiple virtual machines in that one multiple applications. Okay, so that is also comes under part of desktop virtualization because it's a belongs to. So client side virtualization in desktop virtualization, one part is client side virtualization, allow virtual machine to run on a client computer. For example, I have a Hyper-V in my PC. I have a Hyper-V in my PC. Or maybe I have a VMware workstation is in my PC. Or VirtualBox in my PC. Okay. So in my PC means it's my side, right? So I have a platform. So I can create a virtual machine. I can run the virtual machine, not in the server. Okay. Not in the server. I can directly run the virtual machine in my PC only. Provide an application compatibility solution by allowing user to run virtualized instance of earlier operating system and an application. Okay, you know, so in earlier days when I am trying to teach this cognizant batches only, we have a part like a what is okay. So uh, thing is like about a backup. Different type of backups are there, like a normal backup, normal backup, incremental backup, differential backup, a copy backup, a daily backup. In that one, normal backup, incremental, differential. These three mainly I will explain, but I will try to explain practically also. You know where to search. Here you can also search for a batch 17. I think I explained in batch 17 what is normal backup and copy backup kind of stuff. You can directly go to playlist. Go to my playlist, batch 17. There you can search for a backup, or you can type for my thing like a backup. Type of backups. Practical. This is a practical implementation of backup. It is. Okay. Okay. So here pictures also there. In 2003 server I am using, because in 2008 server onwards, these backups, type of backups kind of stuff, we cannot do it directly. We'll simply will take a backup. That's it. We don't say it is normal backup, incremental, or differential backup. The terminologies are there, but we cannot do it. But we to do that practically, minimum 2003 server is required. So what I have done, I take a VMware workstation. Okay. Then I installed a 2003 server here. I created a virtual machine for a 2003 purpose, Windows Server 2003. Okay, 32-bit machine I created. See, my physical machine is 64-bit, but I created a 32-bit virtual machine. It is OS is 32-bit, so I choose 32-bit installation. Even the different bit we can able to do it, but higher to lower only. Means main physical machine is 64-bit, virtualization is enabled, then definitely you can able to run 32-bit virtual machines and 64-bit virtual machine. Your physical machine is 32-bit, you cannot run 64-bit virtual machines. Your physical machine is 64, but no, yeah, I will draw and tell. Guys, remember this one also. It is useful when you know future troubleshootings. Your machine is 32-bit machine. You can run 32-bit virtual machines, no problem. Of course, you don't get a Intel virtualization enabled concept is not there, but you can run 32-bit virtual machines. Your machine is 64-bit. Okay, then you can run both 32-bit virtual machines and 64-bit virtual machines. But important is the virtualization technology must be enabled. Okay, if in case something happened like this. Just in case you are having 64-bit machine, but virtualization technology is not there. So you cannot create a 64-bit virtual machines. Even your physical machine is 64-bit, but virtualization technology is not there or not enabled. You cannot create a 64-bit virtual machines. Okay. If you are a 64-bit system, virtualization is enabled, then you can do both 32-bit and 64-bit. Yes, that is not a guarantee, because even I tried. So better to have a virtualization technology, then only you can run both 32-bit as well as a 64-bit. In pure 32-bit machines, You can run only 32, not 64. 64. Okay, so that is another point. Yeah, here it is. Um, yeah, I told that example also. I can use 2003 server, Windows XP, okay, previous Windows 8, 2012 server, not required to same edition or advanced editions. Both old and new editions you can able to run in the same physical machine. Means I can run Windows 11, I can run Windows 8 also. Both I can able to run. VDA is a different part. VDA is a different part. I will explain VDA, but I will explain this original first chapter of desktop virtualization with XP mode. Guys, this part you understand 32-bit, 64-bit virtualization, old operating systems. Like I showed the people DOS commands also with a Microsoft DOS installation. I install Microsoft DOS in the virtual machines. I install Windows XP. I given 98 to other people, but I don't install that one. Any different operating system, not only a Windows based operating system, you can install Linux based, Unix, even different kind of operating systems, both 32-bit, 64-bit OSs. But compulsory for 64, compulsory 64-bit machine and virtualization must be enabled. Do you understand up to here?
Yes, sir.
Next one I'm telling XP mode. Okay, so XP, Windows XP is a more popular operating system in an entire Windows thing. Okay, as we know up to now. Okay, so actually before XP, very less computers. Of course, there is a 95, 98, 97 operating system become more popular. Later on days, computers start increasing in the market, and there is a new operating systems also keep coming, like including millennium at year 2000. It is a millennium year. Millennium means 1,000 years. Millennium means 1,000 years. It is a 2000 year. So Microsoft launched Windows Millennium Edition, which is not get any response from not more popular. Okay, even 2000 professional also there in the market, only for 2000 server compatibility purpose only people use 2000 professional, that too 2000 server, 2000 professional. Okay, and 2000 means that's it. And Microsoft launch XP. XP means experience, means up to 2000 server and 2000 professional client desktop operating system. Background everything is a dull colors, means not more brightness, color things are not there. Not even a black and white, but still the not a very colorful one. Windows XP is a more experience, background blue color, green color desktop screen, not a green color. That's a scenery. That is also really it is available in the world. They take a picture and they make it as a desktop wallpaper, default desktop wallpaper. So Windows XP is a very long running operating system. After Windows XP, Microsoft released Windows Vista, but Vista minimum requirement is very high compared to XP also. At that time, people do not have that much big infrastructure, so people don't like this Vista that time, because Windows XP is a 2 128 GB, 256 GB also it will run. Maximum RAM support is only 4 GB. Maximum RAM support is only 4 GB. Maximum disk partition support is 2 terabyte maximum. In fact, NTFS. Okay. But XP have a XP service pack to got lot of good things. So lot of introductions are there, including software firewalls. Okay, driver detection, pen drive connectivity. No need to install pen drive drivers. Directly can utilize. So people start liking it compared to older versions. Windows Vista people not liking it, so then they launch a Windows 7 with a lot of additions in this. Okay, so people start utilizing Windows 7. They face a big problem. What is the problem? Applications are a drivers for a device, certain device drivers like a printer drivers kind of stuff and an application kind of stuff is created for Windows XP. People are having that drivers only. For example, I have a printer that is a world printer it is. When I search for a printer drivers, now we are having a internet connectivity, anything we can deploy very easily. But olden days, once the manufacture the device, they build a drivers, they release the drivers along with the device. Not available in a online, offline kind of stuff. That is very less. Okay, so my device drivers are built in XP environment, which is not working in a Windows 7 environment. Understand, guys? I have a printer and I have a drivers. I connect a printer to Windows 7. Now I try to install the drivers. Drivers are incompatible. Of course, later a lot of changes are occur, but understand what is a problem with OS incompatibility. Understand this compatibility, incompatibility.
Sir.
So, Microsoft, people who purchase Windows 7 Professional or higher, Professional, Business, Enterprise, different editions are there. Genuine people, so they given a machine, virtual machine called a XP mode. It is nothing but a virtual machines runs on a virtual PC application. Okay, a background virtual PC application is there. It runs on this application. So what is this XP mode? It is a EXP operating system. It contains operating system exactly say it is Windows XP. It is a Windows XP virtual machine. Windows XP virtual machine contains XP operating system in it. Now what I have done, I install the drivers. I install the drivers in my XP mode. XP mode is XP operating system. These are enhanced into my physical machine, that is Windows 7. So when I want to give a print, I'm giving a print. Here I given a print. The print will go to this drivers and we can able to take a print. Okay. Not only that, practically we have done so many things. Again, I'm telling. This is my XP mode. This is my XP mode, XP virtual machine. And this is my Windows 7 machine. In my Windows 7 machine, I installed Office 2007. So I installed Office 2003 in a XP mode. Then in Windows 7, I click on the Start button like this. I click on the Start button. I go to Programs and Files, search for Office, search for Office. Then I can see 2003 and 2007. Means I can able to run 2003 and I'm accessing 2008. 2003 application running inside this XP mod. 2007 is running inside my Windows 7. So this is a auto enhancement type, integration type. In really, you don't see any Windows XP machine there. It runs in the background, but what are the things running in a Windows XP, we can access directly from your physical machine. It's a little bit difficult to imagination, but you have to do practically. I have done practically. I have showed to the students about XP mode in a practical way, but not now. Now, not really not a good time. Okay. Okay, I don't have any recorded sessions also not there. Okay, so obviously I cannot help. You can try any YouTube videos. You may find what is XP mode, how it is works. XP mode is nothing but a XP virtual machine. XP mode is an enhanced mode integrated with Windows 7. I run a drivers or applications installed in a XP mode, so that we can able to access directly as a part of Windows 7. We can work it. Okay, so this is about your XP mode. When you come to the desktop virtualization, one of the thing is XP mode. That's a provide application compatibility solution by allowing user to run virtualized instance of earlier operating system and application. Two things I told. One is like a XP direct virtual machine or XP mode also I told. Okay, allow virtual machine to run on a client computers means you know how to run the virtual machine. Your desktop is using a built-in Hyper-V features if you have. Otherwise, mm, applications like VMware Workstation or a virtual box kind of things. Okay, VDI, that is another part of desktop virtualization. What is VDI? User connected to client computer that are running as a virtual machine on a central server. Okay, user can run their apps, access their data on the virtual machine from any computer or a device that support remote desktop client software. Reduce hardware cost, support BYOD, bring your own device environment. BYOD means bring your own device environment. I'm removing this part. Guys, the VDI environment, virtual desktop environment. Look at this. This is the server virtualization only. This is a virtual machine in the server. Nothing. It's a server virtualization only. It is a virtual machine in the server. I have a device, either it is a mobile phone or a tab or a laptop or a desktop or a very simple thin client. You know thin clients? Anybody here what is thin client? Thick client? Thick client is not there, thin client. Have you ever used seen? Series. It is a thin client. It contains a processor. Okay, the cost is showing 3000. Okay, it is contains built-in remote desktop protocol RDP access. Okay, so what is this thin client? It contains a basic processor, basic some kind of operating system inside, not traditional way, some kind of RT type. Okay, it contains the RAM, network interface, monitor connection, keyboard, mouse. Not as your full-fledged desktop it is. It's a very cheaper and it does not contain more things for our computing power. So this is how it is works. This is the server switch. Through network we are connecting this server from these different thin clients. So what it will do? So there is a user 1, user 2, user 3, user 4, user 5, dot dot dot, user n is also there. These are all users are accessing this server through network at a time. So everything they are running, working in the server only. Okay, nothing is running in their machines. The machine is almost like a you don't run it. You cannot run any applications in the machine. It's just a dummy machine only. Why these dummy machines are required? Because the actual machines are very costly. Generally, we are purchasing a laptop for yourself. You don't feel the cost. But if you purchase the computers or laptops for entire organization, it is very costly. So they introduce this thin client kinds of concept. So just why need a computer to connect monitor, keyboard, mouse, and network? So then we can connect your remote server and we can access, right? Remote server will access either using RDP protocol or SSH protocol or Telnet protocol. So you will access it. So for that purpose, how much hardware and operating system or built-in application kind of stuff is enough? That much will be there in this thin clients. So that's it, the cost of thin clients from 1500, 3000, 5000, even 10,000, 20,000 thin clients also there, but we are going with the cheaper one. Okay, this is the thin client. Now in a server virtualization, as I created a virtual machine. So user from his own desktop or a laptop or a mobile phone or you can use a device like a thin client. So from there he can able to connect this virtual machine. So you can work on this machine. Okay, so you don't need to own that particular desktop. You can able to work with that desktop. It is like a cloud concept. Cloud virtual machines also same thing. Cloud maintaining this virtual machine EC2 instance or a Azure virtual machine is running in the cloud, their desktop, so their data centers. We are accessing from our desktop. Okay, so this is one point. There are a lot of points are there. So what is this kind of concept? Okay, even your desktop infrastructure, your desktop does not contain a powerful hardware. No problem. Still, we can able to access through network. Because you are not running that virtual machine in your PC. This you are accessing. Next one, guys, desktop variation, Windows 10 screen. The real desktop virtualization you want to learn. So then Zen desktop and apps, VMware Horizon, that of applications. These are, this is the Windows 10 environments. But I'm searching for a original desktop environment. This is a Citrix interface. So direct your machine is like this only. For example, you want to open something, so you won't get a start button and all. Simply, you'll get a menu list. So you choose your application from the menu list, and you can start working on it. Just like you can access through a web browser. Means think like this entire machine and their function connectivity. If you are accessing through web browser, that is make a possibility with the desktop virtualization. Okay, I don't know you get the point. If you don't get it also, not a big deal, guys. It's not a big deal. But understand server virtualization, at least type 1 virtualization, type 2 virtualization. Next virtualization concept is, yeah. So sorry, I have a habit of from the PPTs through Google Drive. No, this is original. My it's in my local PC, right? Guys, some more things about like a network virtualization, storage, and application virtualization. Explanation is there. What's it is. Next part. Um, First of all, I will try to explain this after break. Okay, after break, I will try to explain about a VMware vSphere. I don't go with all this each and every part. I will show you the environment of a VMware vSphere. Okay, or a Hyper-V. Hyper-V is also a very good one. Anyone we can able to take it, no problem. Okay, either Hyper-V or VMware vSphere. Otherwise, I will show you how to install a Hyper-V in a Windows 10 Pro or a Enterprise. Okay, there I will show you what are the operating system generations, what is first generation, second generation kind of concept. At least Hyper-V, I'll try to tell. Okay.
Okay, sir.
Take a break, guys. Take a 10-15 minutes of break. So someone put a question. Raspberry Pi and thin client are the same thing. You can use Raspberry Pi as a thin client, but Raspberry Pi is not a thin client. Okay, you can use it as a thin client because Raspberry Pi, through Raspberry Pi you can connect it to any remote PC using the SSH and Telnet connectivity possibility is there, but it is not pure thin client type. Means Raspberry Pi itself a computer, full-fledged computer, not powerful hardware, but still it's a full-fledged computer. SOC type.
Okay, sir.